Here we go. We have a mixer, the Legacy, and the Chronicles. But first we have to randomize it. This is going to be break 809, the Chronicles and Legacy 1-box mixer team random. Let's see how many times we're going to do it. And that's going to be 8. 8 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. See you later, Harry. Have a great night. All righty. We've got the teams loaded. We'll get these boxes open. Alrighty, we mix it up a little bit. We've got a Legends Terry Bradshaw of the Steelers, followed by Nick Chubb of the Browns. Then we got AJ Brown of the Titans, Tom Brady of the Buccaneers, and woo, it's an Under the Lights auto, and that's Chubba Hubbard. Chubba Hubbard of the Carolina Panthers, and that's going to Chad. Followed by Terry McLaurin of the Washington Football Team, Pat Freiermuth of the Steelers, and Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars. That Pat Freiermuth going to Michael, and Trevor Lawrence of the Jags going to Lucas. Oh, wait. No, sorry. Can you update the usernames in the customer master file? Sorry, Trevor Lawrence going to Lucas is correct. Pat Freiermuth of the Steelers going to Haley, and Chubba Hubbard of Carolina also going to Haley. You do have the Panthers. We've got the Legends, Marshall Falk, followed by Khalil Mack, Joe Burrow of the Bengals, Darius Leonard of the Colts, Robbie Anderson of the Panthers. We've got Kwity Paye of the Indianapolis Colts, and that is the bronze out of 299, followed by Kadarius Toney. That Kwity Paye of the Colts going to Jonathan. This Kadarius Toney of the Giants going to Kenneth, and Carlos Boogie Basham of going to Kenneth. $50. Chubba out of 50. We've got a Legends, Donald Driver, a Jerry Jeudy of the Broncos, Josh Allen of the Bills, CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys, the Under the Lights DK, a Timeless Talents Elvin. Then we've got Rashad Bateman of the Ravens going to Mark, and Micah Parsons of the Colts going to Jonathan. And now on to a Chronicles. We've got DK Metcalf of the Seahawks, followed by Clyde Edwards-Helaire, base RC of the Chiefs going to Mark. And then it's points. It's a lot of them. 2,500 points that we will be randomizing at the end of this break. Followed by James Robinson of the Jaguars. Justin Jefferson of the Vikings. And that James Robinson going to Lucas. That Justin Jefferson going to Minnesota. Then we've got Michael Pittman Jr. of the Indianapolis Colts. I don't need that. Going to Jonathan. And then it's our Prism Black T. Higgins. And that's of the Cincinnati Bengals going to Michael. Followed by a Clear Vision James Robinson of the Jaguars. The legend Steve Largent, followed by Matt Stafford of the Lions, Baker Mayfield of the Browns, Josh Allen of the Jaguars, Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, DeAndre Hopkins flashback of the Texans, Kyle Trask of Tampa Bay, and Kyle Pitts of Atlanta. Hotlanta. Kyle Trask going to Ron, and the Kyle Pitts going to Chad. We've got Jordy Nelson of the Packers, David Montgomery of the Bears, J.K. Dobbins of the Ravens, Jonathan Taylor of the Colts, the mini Daniel Jones. That is out of 50 of the New York Giants going to Kenneth. Then we got Roger Staubach, Decade of Dominance, Marlon Tupelutu of the Eagles, and that is going to Shannon, followed by Kenneth Gainwell, also of the Eagles, going to Shannon. Tyreek Hill of the Chiefs, Christian McCaffrey of the Panthers, Aaron Donald of the Rams, Stephon Diggs of the Bills, Amari Cooper of the Cowboys, a 6 out of 10. Allen Robinson from the Bears going to Lucas. Followed by Dwame Brown. Dwame Brown of the Washington football team and Chuba Hubbard of the Carolina Panthers. Emmitt Smith of the Cowboys, DeAndre Swift of the Lions, Tyler Boyd of the Bengals, Keenan Allen of the Chargers, Brevin Jordan of the Houston Texans, followed up by Joe Montana of the 49ers, Jarrett Patterson of the Washington football team, and Tylan Wallace. Tylan Wallace of the Baltimore Ravens. We have a filler. Michael Strahan of the Giants. Tyler Lockett of the Seahawks. Allen Robinson of the Bears. Mark Andrews of the Ravens. Michael Pittman Jr. of the Colts. We have a Generations David and Derek Carr. And we will randomize that at the end. Followed by J.C. Horn of the Carolina Panthers. And Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins. On to our second Chronicles pack. Marshall Faulk of the Rams. Roquan Smith of the Bears. A Chase Claypool RC of the Steelers. Followed by James Robinson Luminance RC of the Jaguars. That Chase Claypool going to Haley. And this James Robinson going to Lucas. James Morgan of the New York Jets. James Morgan of the Jets going to Haley. And Malik Harrison out of 199 of the Ravens going to Mark. Followed up by DeAndre Swift Dynagon of the Detroit Lions going to Lucas. And a Brandon Ayuk playoff momentum also going to Lucas with the 49ers. Curtis Martin of the Jets, followed by John Elway of the Broncos, and then it's Timeless Treasures, T. Higgins out of 99. The rookie patch auto out of 99 going to Michael with the Bengals. We've got Gaby Baby Davis of the Buffalo Bills going to Kenneth. Jalen Reagor of the Eagles going to Shannon. Jordan Love out of 99. Playoff momentum of the Packers going to Kenneth. Followed by a legacy Tua of the Dolphins going to Jonathan. And Antonio Gibson of the Washington football team going to Michael. Troy Polamalu of the Steelers, followed by Devontae Parker of the Dolphins, Darius Slayton of the Giants, Devontae Adams of the Packers, Ben Roethlisberger of the Steelers, at Kenny Galladay out of 150 of the Lions going to Lucas. Then Rondale Moore of Arizona, and that is going to Ron, and Kwity Paye of the Colts going to Jonathan. Two boxes, one break. LaDainian Tomlinson of the Chargers, Antonio Gibson of the Washington football team, Drew Brees of the Saints, Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs. And we have 400 points. Panini's got to put those points better. 400 points. Randomizing 2 sets of points in this one. This is Brian of the Cowboys, Nico Collins of the Texans, followed by Christian Barmore of the Patriots. Brett's the teacher, Haley. He has to give out the extra credit. Mike Vrabel of the Patriots, Derrick Henry of the Titans, Mike Evans of the Bucks, Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Chiefs, A.J. Brown of the Titans, another Generations, this one the Bosa brothers, and we'll randomize that at the end. Then we've got Kellen Mond of the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Ellinger of the Indianapolis Colts. I can't say how impressed I am with all of you. I thought we were going to have a nice, easy night. It seemed like a nice, slow night. Like, wow, we're going to be home by 9 on a Wednesday. It never happens. Well, probably 9:30. And then bang, 10:19. Here we go. Javon Curse of the Titans, Damian Harris of the Patriots, DJ Chark of the Jaguars, Alvin Kamara of the Saints, Drew Lock of the Broncos, Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, a rookies Justin Fields of the Bears going to Lucas, and Javian Hawkins of the Falcons going to Chad. We've got Sean Alexander Hamilton, Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs, and then our Prism Black, and it's Laviska Shenault of the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Lucas. Followed by CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys going to Cynthia, Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings going to Mikey, James Robinson of the Jaguars to Lucas, Jake from Straight Farm of the Buffalo Bills going to Kenneth, and Anthony McFarland Jr. of the Steelers going to Haley. Dwight Freeney of the Colts, Tua of the Dolphins, Daniel Jones of the Giants, Aaron Jones of the Packers, Michael Pittman Jr. Silver Mini. Followed by a Flashbacks, Alvin Kamara, Davis Mills of the Houston Texans going to Haley. And Najee Harris of the Steelers going to Haley as well. Dan Marino of the Dolphins, Myles Garrett of the Browns, Ryan Tannehill of the Titans, Ronald Jones II of the Bucks, Travis Kelce of the Chiefs. We have Jimmy Garoppolo of the 49ers out of 199. TJ Vasher of the Cowboys, followed by Seth Williams. Seth Williams of the Denver Broncos. Calvin Ridley of the Falcons, Dalvin Cook of the Vikings, T. Higgins of the Bengals. Followed by DeAndre Swift of the Lions. Malik Harris, DeAndre Swift of the Lions going to Lucas. Malik Harrison of the Ravens going to Mark. Antonio Gibson out of 49. Woo-wee. The Washington football team going to Michael. A Prism Black, L'Jarius Sneed of the Kansas City Chiefs going to Mark. Not our most exciting Prism Black. DeAndre Swift, Clear Vision of the Lions. Ken Anderson of the Bengals, followed by Joe Mixon of the Bengals, James Robinson of the Jaguars, Michael Thomas of the Saints, Jalen Darden of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, followed by an Eric Dickerson, Decades of Dominance, Patrick Jones II of the Minnesota Vikings, followed by Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Carolina Panthers. Brian Dawkins of the Eagles, Cortland Sutton, Cole Beasley, Saquon Barkley of the Giants, Aaron Rodgers of the Packers. We have a filler, Terry Bradshaw for the ages, Groot of the Buffalo Bills going to Kenneth, Jamie Newman of the Eagles going to Shannon. And then our last pack in this mixer. Brian Dawkins, of the Eagles, followed by Aaron Rodgers of the Packers. And then it's Benny Roethlisberger out of 299. Ben Roethlisberger out of 299 going to Haley. L'Jarius Sneed of the Kansas City Chiefs going to Mark. Darnell Mooney of the Bears going to Lucas. Ooh, the Legacy Gold out of 75, or maybe orange, going to Patrick Queen of the Ravens going to Mark. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Score of the Chiefs going to Mark. And Justin Jefferson of the Vikings going to Mikey. All right, let's randomize these generations. Joey Bosa, 1 through 3 gets Joey, 4, 5, 6 gets Nick. Bounced out. It's 4 going to Nick with the 49ers, which means that's going to Lucas. Then we got Derek and David Carr, Houston and the Raiders. 1 through 3 on the left, 4, 5, 6 on the right. It's a 3 that's going to David Carr with Houston, which means Haley is getting that one. Alrighty. We have 2 points to randomize. We'll start with the 400 points. We're going to randomize that 9 times. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's going to Lucas. And then the Big Daddy. The Big Daddy. We're going to randomize this one 8 times. Boom. Going to Ken. Going to Ken. Alrighty. Let's run down these rookies, shall we? Justin Jefferson of the Vikings, Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Chiefs, Patrick Queen of the Ravens, Darnell Mooney of the Bears, L'Jarius Sneed of the Chiefs, Jamie Newman of the Eagles, Greg Rousseau of the Bills, Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Panthers, Patrick Jones of the Vikings, Jalen Darden of the Bucks, DeAndre Swift of the Lions, Antonio Gibson out of 49 of the Washington Football Team, Malik Harrison of the Ravens, DeAndre Swift of the Lions, T. Higgins of the Bengals, Seth Williams, not a football player, according to Brett, and he's of the Denver Broncos. TJ Vasher of the Dallas Cowboys, Najee Harris of the Steelers, Davis Mills of Houston, Anthony McFarland of the Steelers, Jake Fromm of the Bills, James Robinson of the Jaguars, Justin Jefferson of the Vikings, CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys, Javian Hawkins of the Falcons, Justin Fields of the Bears, Sam Ehlinger of the Colts, Kellen Mond of the Vikings, Christian Barmore of the Patriots, Nico Collins of Houston, Kwity Paye of the Colts, Rondale Moore of Arizona, Antonio Gibson of Washington, Tua of Miami, Jalen of the Eagles, Gaby Baby of the Bills, Brandon Ayuk of the 49ers, DeAndre Swift Dynagon of the Lions, Malik Harrison out of 199 of the Ravens, James Morgan of the Jets, James Robinson of the Jaguars, Chase Claypool of the Steelers, Jalen Waddle of the Dolphins, J.C. Horn of the Panthers, Tylan Wallace of the Ravens, Jared Patterson of the Washington Football Team, Brevin Jordan of the Texans, Chuba Hubbard of Carolina, Dwami Brown of the Washington Football Team, Kenneth Gainwell of the Eagles, Marlon of the Eagles, Kyle Pitts of the Falcons, James Robinson of the Jaguars, Michael Pittman Jr. of the Colts, Justin Jefferson of the Vikings, James Robinson of the Jaguars, Kyle Trask of Tampa Bay, Clyde Edwards-Helaire of Kansas City, Micah Parsons of the Cowboys, Rashad Bateman of the Ravens, Carlos Basham of the Bills, Kadarius Toney of the Giants, Kwity Paye of the Colts, Pat Freiermuth of the Steelers, and Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars. And now on to the featured cards. Brett, we sure will miss you. That is the truth. First, some numbers. We have Jordan Love out of 99 going to Kenneth, and Allen Robinson out of 10 going to Lucas. We have our Prism Blacks. The Laviska Shenault Prism Black Silver of the Jaguars to Lucas, L'Jarius Sneed of the Chiefs to Mark, and T. Higgins of the Bengals to Michael. We've got some memorabilia and some autos. We got the T. Higgins out of 99, the Chuba Hubbard out of 50, and the Ben Roethlisberger out of 299. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of break 809 and the end of your Break Traders Wednesday happy hour.